So this is the next video in my little mini series on living life with the purpose of feeling good. Now in the last video I said that the tip that I shared with you was the easiest because it's just about committing to your own well-being and enjoyment of life and doing things that feel good more often. And what I said was that the more that we consciously do things that feel good, the more we build that muscle of good feeling, that it becomes more familiar, and in any situation we can then access those feelings. And so in situations that you then think, hang on, there's nothing to feel good about here, you can actually have a very different experience of them, such as medical treatment. Now, I had my own experience of this recently, and suffice to say that very invasive medical treatment was completely turned on its head for me when I approached it with a mindset of curiosity rather than fear. So rather than a preconceived idea of how it was going to feel, maybe even what the outcome was going to be, I approached it with a curiosity on what could it be like if I was to just go and show up and experience it as it happened. And what I can say to you is that it was a totally different experience. Now, it's not that the treatment felt good. It didn't. But the good feelings came from feeling more curiosity rather than fear. And curiosity feels a whole lot better than fear or being scared. Now, another example you might be able to relate to is I'm sure that you have at some point had to shell out a lot of money for some sort of car repair or house maintenance. And from one perspective, paying a lot of money for that kind of stuff doesn't feel good. It's boring, it's unpleasant, it's a pain, it can even be really, really stressful. But from another perspective, it could actually feel good. So there could be a sense of satisfaction that you're increasing the longevity of your car, or you're making your house feel safer or more comfortable. There could be feelings of gratitude that you have a car and you have a house. There could be feelings of appreciation for the people who are able to fix whatever the problem is, and maybe a sense of happiness that you're contributing to their livelihoods. Now, this isn't just about turning a negative into a positive. I don't believe in that. But this is really about saying, being curious about in a situation, what could feel good about this? So it's getting out of the head, which will say, this is not a situation that feels good. The mind likes to categorize and go, this feels good and that doesn't feel good. But if we get out of our head and we tap into a deeper part of ourselves, which is that 5-year-old childlike part that I've talked about in a previous video, that is all about enjoying life. There's almost always something that we can enjoy and feel good about in our experience. We just need to be curious about it. So that's my invitation to you this time, is bring that curiosity into what you're doing, the most mundane, the most unpleasant things, and say, what could I enjoy? What could feel good about this experience? And then join me for the next video, which is about saying, and there are times when what we're doing doesn't feel good. So the next video is all about saying no to the things that don't feel good and saying yes to the things that do feel good. So I'll see you then.